let's get into week 3 review. All of Sunday's games. I guess the first game, Cleveland versus the. First of all, before I guess we get into these games, half of these games don't make any sense.
None
Let
of
me
these
just
games
throw
make.
that out there.
Yeah.
I know I said last week made no sense. This week is completely flipped upside down.
Yeah.
So the Giants beat Cleveland.
Yep.
What was it? 21-15.
It's
Wish I had
21-7.
it.
Oh no,
21,
yeah, it was
21-15. Yeah, they
21-15.
got that late tutty.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, as of right now, look, I went into this year, real hype on Deshaun Watson, and then
Mhm.
obviously some off the field stuff made it like really hard to root for him.
Support him, yeah.
Even like no matter which way you land on that, it's like just the public, just the look of it, just being like, come on, ball, please, ball out. It's like,
Yes.
honestly,
Prove that you're worth
whether
anything
you're
at
for
this
him
point.
or against him, bro's probably under a lot of stress. I don't know how much he cares about this sport right now.
Yeah.
But that's besides the
Either
point.
way, it's still bad football.
But he's also
No
he's
matter
just
where it's coming from.
no. He's it's just not the Deshaun Watson we were used to when he
4 years ago.
when we were
5 years
used
ago.
to, but when he played though.
Yeah, no, agreed. Yeah.
That's when he played.
Missed an entire season, was injured most of last season.
I'm not gonna like you said about. I mean, you said can't count out Jacksonville. So I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and count out Cleveland after week 3. But did they lose to one of the worst teams in the league?
Yes, 1,000%.
But
Singletary busted one wide open, and after that, it was kind of tough.
but I mean,
but yeah,
Daniel Jones, 236, I mean, you got
that's a
Malik
solid
Neighbors,
game.
but you got Neighbors getting the show out, and it's like, oh, did Daniel Jones not like did he like call in sick? Did he not? It's like no, he played. He
This
played
is
too.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones played too. It's like okay.
But yeah,
so
if I'm the Browns, I'm not that scared. You got what? Obviously, the Steelers are 3-0 now. That's not scary at all. Ravens are 2-1, and the Bengals are 0-3.
we're 1-2.
1-2. Sorry, 1-2.
We're 1-2.
And the Bengals are 0-3. So yeah, this division is extremely gettable. Not by the Bengals.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just a biased Ravens fan, but I'm more confident in my 1-2 team still pulling off the AFC North title win than the Browns.
The Browns have shown no reason to be expected to win the division at all, or to really do anything. This is just a terrible game. Yeah, I don't. Usually, I have hope in a quarterback, but when it's someone like Deshaun Watson who is injury prone and horrible case prone and legally prone and all this shit, and then comes out and plays like this, he's a real liability in every single aspect. And
I will say
it's hard for them to have trust in him.
They are missing Nick Chubb right now. At least this Sunday, they really miss Nick Chubb. They definitely need to figure something out in that backfield because there's nothing going on. They don't have a guy back there. Jerome Ford, there's hope, but at the end of the day, Jerome Ford might be way, way, way better when he's coming in for Nick Chubb than being a prominent, starting running back for a team. I don't know. But Tennessee Tennessee loses to Green Bay. Tennessee versus Green Bay. Tennessee loses to Green Bay.
Yeah, Malik went nuts.
Yeah, but honestly, I feel like you could just switch these quarterbacks and you probably would have had the same outcome, like game-wise.
Maybe, but Will is still doing that shit, dude. Like we said, he's still fucking stupid.
He didn't go nuts, though. Like,
no, he didn't.
He didn't go nuts. I mean, if anything,
he played well. He played very well.
Yeah.
He had, if I'm not mistaken, a great touchdown pass that I can't remember for some reason.
We were talking about it last week, and before they played the Colts, it was like this is their time to show how good of an all around team they truly are, because the whole conversation was, all right, well, Jordan Love can't be that good. And it's like, well, Jordan Love is good and their whole team is good. And it was like,
Yeah.
well, they better prove it. They better,
Yeah.
especially now that Jordan Love is out. And now I know it's the Colts, it's the Titans. They're running through the AFC South right now. Like
Hmm.
I know it's not the biggest competition, but they are doing what they are supposed to do with or
Yes.
without Jordan Love if
Yeah.
their team is supposed to be this good.
Yeah. No. I mean, all props to the Packers. I mean, especially props to Malik, who's been a career backup and gets an opportunity. And I mean, hasn't looked like the Malik Willis who played on the Titans and threw a few passes here and there and just looked horrible. I mean, again, we don't know. Obviously, Jordan Love is still more than likely better than um, Malik Willis, but this team is strong enough to have Malik and him not play like an MVP, and they can still win. Now, again, the Titans, Will Levis, bad defense, old ass receivers, picks, all that shit. None of it's good.
Yeah,
Um,
none of it is good. Even though D Hop did have a shocking, I mean, he had more of a D Hop day. 6 catches, 73 yards with a tutty.
of
He
course,
had more of a D Hop day. But I mean, Tony Pollard couldn't get anything going.
Tony
Um,
blows.
yeah.
Plain and
I
simple.
mean, but Tennessee blows, bro. You can't put it on.
No, of course.
You can't put it on Tony Pollard, especially the 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 non the like Tennessee hasn't had to worry about their run game in what 10 or 8 years. Like
However the fuck
they
long he's
haven't
been there. Yeah.
they haven't had to worry about
No.
their run game in a very long time. But
No.
Chicago, Indianapolis, I said last episode that the Caleb Williams
Who
hate.
did I pick?
You picked Chicago. I said that the Chicago. I said the Caleb Williams hate was getting weird. And the
Mm-hmm.
reason I said it was getting weird is because the posting of Adunze's dad, or him
Mm-hmm.
posting the missed Adunze route, or people clowning CJ for talking to him post game the way
Yeah.
he was talking to him. That's all that hate was weird, and I think the defending of Caleb Williams was all valid.
Yeah.
Now, what have I been saying since the NFL season has started, Devin? We're going by week basis for this
1,000%.
quarterback,
Yeah.
because he was supposed to be this pro ready guy. He
Yep.
was supposed to be able to go, because now, I mean, like, I get it. Like, the O line for Chicago is not good, but neither
It's trash.
it's not good for Baltimore. I don't think you're sitting there going, Washington has the best O line in the NFL.
Fuck no.
There are teams that have O line problems.
Yeah.
And there are quarterbacks that may be able to play against that. Might be able to play, against that adversity.
Now that's not the end of Caleb's struggles. I mean, again, the O line sucks harder than anything, but supposed to be super mobile, supposed to be supposed to be pro ready. These expectations should not be put on any rookie because this is the NFL. A rookie can have any expectation,
But
but the way he is still talked about needs to stop. Let him develop. Maybe let him get an O line. They have the receiving core to do it. He got the ball to Odunze.
Jaden Daniels is better than Caleb Williams.
Currently.
No, the first 2 weeks. No, the first 2 weeks I was giving it to him. No, Caleb Williams ain't doing this.
Say it again.
First of all, Caleb Williams ain't going up this much versus a team like the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't care what their record is. They're a better team than their fucking record shows. Cincinnati, no, bro. I don't care. You can sit there and not get hyped because I know it's Washington or whatever. Then I'm gonna say it for you. Jaden Daniels is better than Caleb Williams. He was a better pick, and it's not the first time we've seen the second pick, which was a quarterback, be better than the first pick, which was a quarterback, just like we saw last year.
And we have a team
Sometimes
that
it just fucking happens.
We have a team that did no bolstering of a roster.
You had a team that made no moves. Picked up fucking
We
Bobby
drafted
Wagner.
Luke McCaffrey, Austin Eckler just got a concussion, and fucking Jamison Crowder again.
Fucking y'all picked up. Oh, we're gonna get Bobby Wagner and Austin Eckler. We're gonna ball. You know who we're gonna trade John Dotson for? Picks. Oh, Brandon
picks.
Ayuk, he didn't want to come here. He wanted to go to
Nope.
Pittsburgh and New England, but he wasn't touching
Hype it up.
Washington. Jaden Daniels has a worse team, was put in a way shittier situation.
Yeah.
I mean, said by
Expected to be much
shit,
worse.
shit, former players like you want to talk about the worst franchise ever? That team, Devontae Adams. You want to talk
Devon,
about like the
well, you
worst
said the worst
franchise
fan
ever?
base.
Worst fan base, whatever.
You said worst stadium, everything.
There
Yeah.
ain't no as of right now. Sure, as of right now, the same way I'm gonna say as of right now, LeBron is better than Mike. As of right
Sure.
now, Jaden Daniels is better than Caleb Williams, and it's going to take a lot more than just the next 3 games, in my opinion, to change that
Sure.
opinion. So there you go. Caleb
But yeah,
Williams,
the
he threw the
turnovers need to
ball
stop.
52 times, Devin.
Yeah, exactly. And this is where
This is not the Pac fucking 12. Like,
no.
what are
I
I'm
mean, to
sorry.
throw the ball 52 times and to score 16 points, something went wrong. I mean, I don't know.
I
This
mean, there
team
becomes
can get it together, but if you're struggling against the Colts, AR definitely didn't outplay him, but um, Jonathan Taylor for sure ran through that Bears D a little bit.
I mean, sure, whatever. The O line for Chicago is terrible, but at the end of the day, the man got 52 balls off. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe in the Pac 12 that can fly if you can run around all day and throw 52 balls. But
Mm-hmm.
around here, that's going to get your ass benched week 2 of your second season in the NFL, like Bryce
Yeah,
Young. Because I'm not going to lie, what the hell has he shown more? Like, has he shown anything more than Bryce Young has shown?
a little bit, yes. Nothing good.
Okay.
Nothing that
I
much,
I
but
haven't seen Bryce Young given the opportunity to play as fucking bad as Caleb Williams has, especially with the roster Caleb Williams has had. Justin Fields has been playing better than Caleb Williams, but okay,
yeah.
that's fine. Yeah,
Again,
you can't say yeah like it's okay that Justin Fields is playing better than Caleb Williams. It's not
I don't have the
okay.
same expectations that everyone else does of Caleb.
But it's the fact that we're gonna wake up tomorrow and people are still gonna be, oh, should Russell Wilson or Justin Fields? People are gonna,
Yeah.
oh, Andy Dalton's the savior. Caleb Williams is the rookie of the year. Fucking like, I'm just so over
Yo,
the
they
Caleb
they were
Williams
giving
hype.
Caleb the rookie of the year before he got drafted.
I'm over it, bro. I'm over it. Throw the Caleb Williams shit out the window. Right now, sure,
I mean,
whatever.
I tried to shit on Caleb before he got to the league, and just because of where he came from, the season he had last year, all this stuff from. I mean, when I said where he came, the college he played at, the division he played in,
Mm-hmm.
um, the style of football they played at USC was much different than an NFL team. I don't know.
Yeah, all right, Caleb Williams. Indianapolis beats Chicago. Houston versus Minnesota. Okay.
Yeah, that's bad.
So maybe Brock Purdy was right. Remember post game, your scheme is ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah,
Your scheme is ridiculous. And if you look at Minnesota, I mean their defense once again looks ridiculous versus Houston. But as of right now in these first 3 games, you got 12 total sacks, 4 interceptions, 4 forced fumbles. The defense is elite.
yeah.
That's all cool and dandy. What the hell is going on the other side of the
I don't
ball?
know.
What is going on the other side of the
I don't
football?
know. I mean,
Because
I don't. I'm trying not to call this a fluke, and right now I definitely don't think it is. It's starting to get scary. Aaron Jones looks like Aaron Jones again, which is wild. And yeah, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold looks better than, like, you can't say Sam Darnold looks like his old self. There is no old self that looked like this.
no,
This is
he was
a
never
different.
this.
This is Nick Foles 2017.
Maybe it's crazy. Like maybe some quarterbacks aren't like ready to play in the professional football, like or ready to play in like the National Football League when
Sure,
they're
but 2 weeks
22
later,
years
Sam
old.
Darnold could not be in the NFL anymore.
Sure. I mean, I don't know. With
This is
what he,
awesome to see.
with what he's making, probably not. He can probably play however he wants the next 2 weeks.
Sure.
But bro, I mean, is it you're not worried like because see you say you don't want to call it a fluke. I'm kind of worried that I'm gonna buy into it and get fooled.
Yeah, no, I know.
Like I don't
It's
want to buy
it's
into this and get
really
fooled.
hard for me to buy into Sam Darnold because we know who he is. We know how he's played his entire career, and we can talk all this shit about the Panthers and say this and that and how they ruin quarterbacks and blah fucking blah. And I bet that they do. And it's not a good situation for a quarterback. But if we talk in all reality, Sam Darnold has a limit. Sam Darnold has a ceiling of how good he can be. Obviously, these are great games he's played recently, but at no point am I going to go out and say Sam Darnold is going to be MVP level just because of whatever's happening in Minnesota. It's no.
Okay,
Give me a few
you've
more
been
weeks of this,
using
maybe. But
I'm about to
this
say
is
you've been using this as of right now word. So as of right now,
no agreed. As of right now, this is phenomenal. But again, we know who Sam Darnold is. A few years ago, he started 4-0 with the Panthers, or 3-1. I still can't remember. I still
the
haven't looked it up.
Panthers suck.
I know, but the Vikings, obviously, they have top
They
receiver.
don't suck.
Not right now, no.
Here's the thing though. Had you told me like, all right, their defense is going to be top 5. Aaron Jones is not going to be hobbling around on a bad hamstring anymore. He's going to be putting up 100 yards.
The rookie quarterback you drafted won't be playing, and that won't matter.
Shit, you
You
could
will
have
forget
told
his
me.
name.
You could have told me Sam Darnold played good enough.
Yeah.
And I'd have been like, oh, okay, so we're talking a pretty decent season for Minnesota. Obviously, I'm not expecting this from Sam Darnold either. But then you throw in, and Sam Darnold's going to lead the league in passing touchdowns too. So why not?
Yeah.
Let's just throw that in there
Yeah.
too. So yeah, no, if we're talking, we can't put him in the MVP conversation. Yeah, we can.
No, right now. But
yeah, we can.
I don't expect him to be an MVP ever. I don't expect this to last very long. It is Sam Darnold. No one has ever talked this highly of Sam Darnold, and I'm assuming that in a few weeks we will not talk as highly as we did after these first few games.
Bro, but we said that week
I'm
1.
not shitting on him, but
We
it's like
said it. I
I
mean,
know, but
no. I know you're
3
not.
weeks is not like this guy's a lock.
Obviously, nothing is a lock, but how many times do we have to?
A few more,
But I don't know, bro. You
a good
keep.
bit more.
I don't know. Just the way you said, like this isn't the old Sam Darnold because there was no old Sam Darnold. Was there ever really a true Sam Darnold? Was there ever a franchise with their head screwed on right and just a roster around him, a healthy roster around him that's just good enough, or has a top receiver in the league, has a great running back, has a great defense?
But here's the thing: how many times have we done this where Russell Wilson has a great start to a season, Kirk has a crazy start to a season, guys who you wouldn't expect to have crazy starts to seasons have crazy starts to seasons, and we talk about how unexpected it is and how awesome, and then it's gone. It fades.
Okay, how many times did we see guys have amazing? What
But how
about
many
when?
times have we
Hold on.
seen a guy
What
who's been a
about
career backup come in and then win 3 games, and then we say, "Oh, he's a for sure NFL
what?
starter for a long time now." Like
How many times
I
have you
don't know
just
how
seen it?
long this is
How many
going to
times have
last.
you just seen it? Period.
I've seen it a few times. Nick
Okay, but
Foles
that's what
did
I'm
it.
saying.
That lasted half a year.
Man won a Super Bowl. The man has a
Agreed.
statue.
Agreed.
The man
But
has a statue, Devin.
he has a statue.
If Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl this year, he's getting a fucking statue.
Oh, 1,000.
I'm
This
sorry,
this
he is.
organization's never won a Super
But
Bowl. He's getting
this,
a
this,
statue. Yes.
you want to talk a rare scenario, bro?
This
JJ
feels to me more like
McCarthy.
a Carson Wentz rookie year start of a season when he's an MVP candidate.
No,
He's from NDSU and then never has a season like that ever again.
no, that's not. But he's on the complete opposite side of his career.
I know, which
This
is
is
also
like
not
if
good.
Carson, when he came to y'all, just started to turn up or something. Like it's like No, like this is a situation that we have not seen, but we've also never seen Sam Darnold in.
No, but at the same time, is there at any point where we can say, hey, maybe we got to give him a little bit of a Brock Purdy treatment? I'm not saying that Minnesota has an offense like San Francisco, but when you have when you have Justin, you have
Oh,
Aaron Jones
oh,
playing well.
oh,
Um, I don't know. It's
bro. Saying Sam Darnold is on Brock Purdy level is a lot more respectful or agreeable, at least to me, than saying, I mean, he could be out of the league in 2 weeks,
no, I'm not
which is what you
expecting him to
said.
be out of the league in 2 weeks. But it's incredibly possible. Um, he got
It's not
what?
incredibly possible, like at all at this point.
Okay, not at this point.
Like not anymore. Stop saying that. It's
I don't
not
know why. I
happening.
didn't mean to say incredibly possible. It is possible, and 2 weeks is an exaggeration. But what I mean is he could have a few terrible games real soon, and then we will talk entirely differently of him. You say this a lot. It's a little bit of a recency bias, which is fine. Allow him to have this for now. But again, I don't expect this for very long. Justin is a huge part of why this is happening. This offense, this defense.
This defense
We
has been
can't
amazing
honestly
for
we
him.
can give so much more love to the Vikings overall.
Yeah.
Everything that the Vikings have done has created a perfect scenario for Sam Darnold. It'd be a shame if he fucked it up, but he's doing well right now. We'll
Vikings are
see.
cool. Vikings are cool, man.
Nice.
The Philly versus New Orleans.
Yeah, I
Um,
picked New Orleans. It
so
looked good for a little bit.
I
I
picked
thought I had it.
Philly. You picked New Orleans. It was a very, very boring game. Ended the third quarter 3-0 type
Yeah.
boring game. We might have to start having the conversation. And shout out to Shane because he's the one that's really been driving this in my head. And it's like at this
Jalen
point
Hurts
I
sucks.
gotta see and I talked him off that ledge of like Jalen Hurts sucks.
Yeah.
But he's like, okay, but he is the most overrated quarterback in the NFL. Now, I think there are a lot of quarterbacks in that conversation.
Yes.
But if we're gonna start
Sam Darnold being one of them.
if the conversation well no, let's talk about like the last 3 or
Yeah.
4 years.
Well, yeah, for sure.
If we're gonna have the conversation, does Jalen Hurts belong in it, and where does he rank in it?
Yeah.
I mean, we can have it. We can have that conversation, Devin. I think, I don't know. There's just a lot of quarterbacks who have done a lot more with a lot less, who have not been just blessed with the team that he's had around him, and it's every year. It's not the same exact people every single season on the offense and the defense. I mean, they've just sculpted good rosters every single season
And they're
around
adding
Jalen
more to
Hurts.
it each year.
Yes, making it better each year. And
No
God,
AJ
if
Brown
it wasn't
again.
for Saquon, this game in particular, yeah, no, the Saints are probably winning like 13, yeah, well, 13-3,
Mm-hmm.
probably something
12
like
to
that.
3 or something stupid. Yeah.
Um, Jalen Hurts so far this year, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and I mean he has thrown an interception in every game. And they're bad interceptions. He's just not
Yeah.
throwing good balls. And
Yeah.
you would just think at this point in his career, I feel like I don't know. I just my expectations for Jalen Hurts is progressing as
Mm-hmm.
a quarterback to not make I don't know those
Like if
the
Lamar was making these type of mistakes, he'd be called a running back again.
oh my god. That's
Um,
that's another thing. Like there's so many quarterbacks that if if Lamar had a
if Aaron Rodgers came out and played like this,
hmm a lot
it'd be
most
Aaron's old
quarterbacks
and dead.
if most quarterbacks were walking into week 4 with a 3-to-4 touchdown interception ratio, there would be some conversation like what is
What's
going
happening?
on?
Yeah.
What is this? I'm not gonna blame them. I'm a big fan of Jalen Hurts.
Of course.
I do like Jalen Hurts, but I, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying he is the most overrated quarterback in the NFL. I'm not
No.
saying that I don't even know if he. I mean, do you believe he is an overrated quarterback in the NFL?
I mean, it's tough. I don't think he's like a true overrated. This guy sucks. He shouldn't be put in any conversations. Obviously, a bad start to the season. Their team is playing well, so Saquon is what 5 tutties, 400 yards already,
Yeah,
400 total yards.
Saquon went crazy this game.
Yeah, no, he's
He
having a fucking banger of a year. Um, yeah, I mean Jalen is definitely been blessed with the team that he has, and I think there were points where we overrated his ability,
mm-hmm.
um, and just him as solely as a quarterback, because the Eagles do so many things well that allowed them to win a shit ton of games. Um,
I just don't call me crazy, and trust me, I for anybody who thinks I'm lying, I am a big fan of Jalen Hurts, but I'm starting to get that feeling like if he did not, if you took like I don't know, give me the next 4 years of Jalen Hurts not having a top 15 roster in the NFL, and he might not make the playoffs at all. Like if you
yeah,
put all
um,
like if you really have to put a team like you can't put a team on your back like he can't put his team on his back the way a Josh Allen can, a Lamar
sure.
Jackson can, a Patrick Mahomes can. He can't. And going into the season, I can't go back and check where our top. I believe the top 10 is back there, but we had a top 5, top 10 quarterback list, and he was definitely on there. And I'm interested to see
Hmm.
where we had him ranked because it's dropping fast in my eyes. It's dropping fast.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have him up there with the again the Allens, Burrow, fucking. I mean, maybe in a Burrow range. But yeah, no, definitely not a top quarterback. Again, I don't know where we had him in that ranking, but um, I don't think that these struggles are like the worst thing, but it's bad when you have the team that you have, and we see quarterbacks who are talked about way worse than Jalen Hurts with worse teams playing much better right now.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I wouldn't call him overrated, but a few more bad games, and if he starts costing, I mean, the Saints were close to winning this game. If he starts costing this team wins for all the money and for everything that they've put into this team, obviously they're going to want AJ Brown back soon because he's huge for this team. Um, but if it starts to become a problem, people will talk about him a little bit differently. But again,
For
I think
sure.
he can facilitate well enough to
But
win with this team.
that's the thing though. If he can just facilitate, cool. But he is looking to run before he's looking to throw, which is crazy.
I mean, that's what
Because
Shane said. Shane said he's not fast enough.
if Lamar, fucking Christ, if Lamar was, it's fine, whatever. Not gonna be a weird Ravens fan, but if Lamar was doing this, the hate would be crazy.
Of
He
course,
uh he has to because he doesn't have a top 5 offensive line every season like Jalen Hurts does. He
mhm.
has to like take off
He
before
does
he
have
gets
a
a
top
chance to
five running
throw.
back now,
For the first time ever, finally.
though.
I forgot what I was gonna say, but it's just the mix of Jalen Hurts looking to run before he wants to throw, and the decisions he has made, especially off these 4 interceptions, just what I, I mean, it's an interception that you could have thought Will Levis threw. Like some
Hmm.
interceptions you would have thought some rookie or young quarterbacks would have thrown. Like it's just it's not looking great. And so if you're on the Jalen Hurts is overrated side or Jalen Hurts isn't as good as you think he is side, you might be winning right now. You might be winning right now because Saquon definitely. Definitely saved Philly. What do you have? 147, two tutties, average 8.6 a carry. He saved that team.
Saquon's been carrying. Um, but again, this Philly offense is so high powered. I think if Jalen can cut the mistakes, they're going to win a lot of games, especially if Saquon plays like this. It's going to open up the passing game. But yeah, A.J. Brown coming back and, yeah, just not making mistakes. This team is going to be tough to beat. But yeah, obviously they have the potential to struggle. Jalen does.
The potential's there. The potential's there. Chargers versus Steelers. I guess we can just say Russ has no shot now. I
No.
mean, like Fields is playing good enough.
Yeah.
They are relying on him just enough.
Yeah.
Like I was trying to think of a good word, like his need for the Steelers is not like his what's the word? Like his what word am I looking for? Like he's definitely not a necessity.
He's not a necessity.
Like he's it's like he's just there and he's good enough.
He's a
And it
bare
was kind
necessity.
of gonna be the same thing with Russ. It was
Yeah.
the expectation was gonna be like, hopefully you're just there and good enough.
You're not fucking this
Just
team up horribly. We have probably the best defense in the league.
it's up there, yeah.
It's scary how good they're gonna be.
Well, TJ Watt's the best defensive player in the league, so I mean
Of course.
that's just
But yeah, no, to have a defense like that, you have enough on offense. Obviously, the running game is okay.
running games.
Receiving core
I
isn't
like it. I like the
phenomenal.
running game.
Pickens is good. Um, I think Najee and other bro are injured or questionable or whatever.
Did they get banged up?
A little bit.
There was so many
So
games
many.
on at
A
once.
lot. But
I
you know,
tried
Justin
to.
is again. This isn't like Justin Fields is back. He just needed a good team. This is Justin
No,
Fields is facilitating and not fucking up, and
but you know
he's in
who's
a position to win every game because that defense is going to hold a lot of high-powered offenses to not a lot of points.
you see who's playing better then.
A lot of people.
Yeah, but like the guy that replaced him in Chicago.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I mean, that's like I
But
don't know.
again, I mean, Justin could be on that team on the Bears and play just as bad. I mean, the Bears could.
You don't think Justin Fields has a better ability to escape the pocket and make a play
He
than
does.
Caleb Williams?
That's why he ran for 1,000 yards.
I mean, I'm just saying if
No,
you
bro,
gave
bro
him
was running for his life for an entire season, and again, that didn't really help their team win much. But either way, he was able to escape and not get sacked a bunch.
Denver versus Tampa Bay,
Yeah, that's
I,
a real shocker. I don't like that at all.
honestly, like I mean, I just watching this game. I was just like, all right, now the Bucks are gonna get something going.
Yeah,
All right, now the Bucks are gonna get something going.
yeah,
All right, boom, Bucks are gonna get something going, and it just didn't happen
never came.
because it's not like it's not like like nobody played like shit. It wasn't like, and I'm not like defending the Bucks, but I'm just saying like it just seemed like the Bucks they were staying. It never felt like I know the score looks different,
Mhm.
26-7, but it never felt like it was even. I mean, what even when it was 20-7.
Yeah,
It didn't even feel like they're breaking off with this game. I mean, it was 20-7 at halftime, and
yeah,
like you see, the only points scored at in the second half were the 6 points from Denver,
yeah.
and it's just then Tampa never got anything going.
No,
I'm not gonna overreact too much because I mean they played an incredible first two games,
yeah,
and I mean, all right, you get punched in the mouth once by a shitty team. The Ravens did the same thing this year already, so I won't overreact too much.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, I don't have a lot about this game, but yeah, they had opportunities to get things going, and yeah, got
so
nothing. Bo Nix is a quarterback Again, I don't want this to be a Bo Nix hype. Oh, he's Barry's
Nah, nah, nah.
ran for a touchdown and this and that. He's all right.
Okay, so I got a question. Is so Bryce Young? So he was the problem?
Uh, Bryce Young was the biggest problem in all of the NFL.
So
Bryce Young will be a Memphis showboat next year.
so they went into this.
Shit, this year.
They all the talk about Bryce Young. It was like honestly, it started to get a little more positive because I at least felt like maybe they were protecting him.
Yeah,
Now you really cannot protect him. Like
dude.
we didn't
The
think
way
about
we
this.
talked about Bryce getting benched was like, this team is going to still expect to lose and expect to suck, and everything is still going to go wrong for the Panthers, and Bryce will have his job back soon. This is just a little demotion for a second.
Mm-hmm.
He's not touching the field again for a
Mm-mm.
while unless Andy gets hurt or plays the worst football. Um, I mean, I felt so confident that the Panthers would shit their pants this game. I went and picked up the Raiders defense. I went and picked up. I put in Brock Bowers, thinking he would do something.
Dude,
I had no expectations for this Panthers team, and goes out and throws 3 bombs. So
dude, the Raiders played so bad. They're already shit. We might change quarterbacks. Like they're already
what the
coming out.
fuck is that?
Which can we talk about that? All right, look. Okay, here, real quick.
They need to fucking fix that.
I want to
How about you fix your fucking defense, dildo?
I really, really want to get to that. That's a
Get the
really
fuck out of
that's
here.
a talking point that I want to get to in a second. Shout out to Red Rocket.
Of
He
course.
did his thing. This is his team now. Bryce Young.
Yeah.
Maybe you can go to like the Giants or something next year. We'll see. Obviously he's look. I don't I mean however way
Again,
whichever
this
way you
could be
put
a
it,
one-off. This could be magic in the air, whatever.
it could be. It could be. It
But
very well
we
could be.
know for sure that Bryce Young has never looked this good.
Joe Flacco led a team to the playoffs, and now he's a backup. So it's
Agreed.
just
But the Panthers' offense has never looked this good in the entirety of Bryce Young being there.
no, of course,
Um,
no.
so yeah, you go out, you get an old school game general in Andy Dalton who can put the ball up in the air.
Antonio Pierce.
Is an idiot.
So can we pull up? Can you get the direct quote?
Yeah.
He was saying he said a lot of guys were going into business for themselves out there. Is that was a comment? It seemed like he made, and it seemed like a lot of people were saying he was alluding to his offensive coordinator. But then some people were saying that he was talking about players, and I'm not sure who exactly he was referring to when
As
he
the
made
game
this
went
comment.
on, I think there were definitely some individuals that made business decisions.
Okay,
Will
made
make
business
business
decisions.
decisions going forward as well. That is nuts.
Okay, so he basically said, "All right, y'all want to fuck around? Like, what? I got something for y'all. I got something for y'all." Which, okay, I want to not, and I don't want to seem like some sensitive, like, oh, I get it. It's the head
Mhm.
coach. You gotta be stern. You gotta be. You got a lot on your plate as a head coach in the National Football League. But the one thing you cannot do is lose your locker room.
Yeah, this is
And the way he's talking and the quotes he's making,
he's talking like this is a high school football team. Like
yeah,
these
yeah,
aren't
yeah. See,
professional
I
football
mean,
players out here.
even if bro, we can shit on Dion night and day for how good he thinks Colorado is, but there is nothing wrong with him getting on Colorado's ass. There's nothing wrong with him
Yeah,
getting on these college players' ass
they're
who
college
want
football
to
players.
make it to the next level.
Yeah.
And honestly, in a few years, it's not even going to be. It's going to be just high school because all these NIL deals. It's a business at this point now. Because
What,
it's going
high
to be
school
like,
football?
well, college football. It's like, are you going to talk to me like that? Transfer portal. I'm gone.
Yeah,
Don't talk to me
agreed.
like that. So
Yeah,
this whole don't talk to me like that. What I'm getting at is these are all adults, Devin.
these are guys making millions and millions of dollars. Um, I
Like
mean, yeah,
these,
if you want to, NFL players make business decisions left and right.
if
The best in the world, whoever.
I mean, Cam Newton
Um,
made the biggest business decision in the biggest game of his life. If you, I mean,
fuck yeah, he
so
did,
players make business decisions.
and that did not go well. He still thinks he can come back and play, but I don't know.
He said there were more than 15 teams he can come back and play for, but that's not the point. Listen, Antonio Pierce, um, I I I I don't like the way he's talking about his team. If I'm a Raiders player, I'm feeling like, I just put my life on the line, and you're going up in front of the mic after talking kind of reckless about
Yeah,
you're just making some comments that are definitely going to create some type of toxic situation, and then you're
yeah.
coming out threatening already. No, I mean not threatening, but it's like, all right, Gardner Minshew, you brought him in, and let's be real, as the preseason went on, it was like, all right, this is your guy.
Yeah,
I mean, one bad game, like bad game,
yeah,
and it's like, yeah,
yeah.
we'll,
Give it to
we're gonna
fucking
consider
Aiden
quarterback
O'Connell.
changes. We're gonna consider some. We might consider some quarterback changes.
I didn't realize he got benched in the fourth.
Well, I mean, when you play the way you play, but here's the thing. I mean, don't let Andy Dalton throw for 300 yards and 3 tutties.
Agreed.
What are we
Like
talking about right now? You're not.
obviously Minshew didn't play great, but this is not the reason they lost.
But it just confuses me. It's like, who are you talking about? You talking about some
Yeah,
coordinators?
who's he
You talking
talking
about
about?
some
Is he talking
players?
about Max Crosby, who fucking played great?
I'm just saying. I know, because a lot of people were like, they might not like to hear it, but this is the coach you need. Yeah, in high school,
Yeah,
like this would be a great like motivational like high school football coach. Like, we're all here together. It's like, no, some of these players are truly making business decisions out there every play.
I mean this is the Raiders.
And maybe some people were alluding to Devontae Adams, but I mean, I'm pretty sure ever since he's been there, he's just been throwing hospital ball after hospital ball.
Yeah, but no,
Um,
bro's only there for business.
so yeah, that's the thing. Honestly, he was only there for Derek Carr.
It's the only reason he went, and then they shipped him out. Um, and I mean, why not stay for the money? It's a nice touch.
But he needs to chill. Bro needs to chill out. Bro needs to take it down a notch.
Also, I don't give a fuck what the Raiders do, but I think they have the best opportunity with Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
And the Panthers came to play. You got your ass beat. Take it. Don't change too much.
Here, I'll put it to you like this. There's a lot of guys on this roster. If they continue to play this poorly, Antonio Pierce can talk all the shit he wants. He's gonna be the one walking out that door.
Agreed.
Maybe players as well, but it don't matter. It don't matter.
All on him.
Cut the check and you're gone.
But
You're
the
out of
thing
there.
is, it's like, if you want your job next season, don't start Aiden O'Connell.
Don't start Aiden O'Connell. And like, I don't know. It's like, I just that type of comments, like guys making business decisions, and we'll make business decisions too. That just felt emotional,
Yeah.
emotionally driven. Like that just
Yeah.
felt like
Like it's like there's a gap between him and his team.
and it's just not. It's
Because he's not taking a loss as a head coach and saying we need to be better. He said individuals made decisions that ruined our game.
I mean, you can point fingers, you can criticize parts of your game, but I don't know, just to make comments that are gonna swirl into drama and it's gonna go all in the media, and that's all gonna be the focus now is the toxicity in the Raiders locker room, which obviously
Which has been there forever.
Isn't that good? Yeah, wasn't that good
No,
before.
it's not that before.
But yeah, Miami, Seahawks, Miami's cooked. Not much to say about
Miami's
that,
shot.
honestly. Like,
if I was Tua, I wouldn't want to play for this team.
He's coming back.
Why? Please don't come back.
He's coming back. He already said he has no plans on retiring, and he's speaking to neurologists. And let's be real. If Tua is going to come back, we talk about it all the time, and I know most people aren't accepting it, but we need to just accept it.
Yeah.
The same way if a boxer decided to go back in the ring, it is what it is. Now here's the thing. A quarterback, when on the run, can protect himself a lot more than a boxer.
Yes.
Or even like any other position in the NFL, because you are pretty much untouchable once you give yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
You
know what I never think about is that any NFL player can slide.
Yeah, Golden Tate used to be the best at avoiding tackles.
What's his nuts does that too. Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett and Golden Tate,
They just dive.
yeah, shit. That's what if I'm bro, if I'm you want to talk about making
That's a
business?
business decision, though. You're not going to shit on Tyler Lockett for
No,
scoring a 100-yard touchdown and then making a little business decision.
yeah, bro, it's business decisions out here. Big business decisions. Let's talk about another big business decision. That's giving up a crucial lead that Baltimore had on the Dallas Cowboys when look, a lot of people were texting me, Devin. A lot of people were hitting me up, including you, including you. This game,
Oh yeah, no.
this game's,
After
this game's over.
what I say, I think it was after Dak got sacked.
Yeah, it was
After
after
it had already been,
it was the drive
it
after
was
Derrick Henry's
28-6.
run.
Huh?
It was the drive after Henry's run.
Yeah, it was a drive after Henry's run. Prescott got sacked at the 50 or whatever. Yeah, thought it was over. Obviously, it was enough to finish the game, but that second half was pretty brutal.
Now,
Um,
the best way I heard somebody put it was the Ravens were able to finish the game in victory formation.
Mhm.
Which, and by that, I mean obviously it means it could have ended with a nail biting. Cowboys have the ball, they're driving down the field, they can
Sure.
hit a 70-yarder if they want to.
Yeah.
It's at least it was nice to see when the Ravens needed to get that last first down, they got
Yep.
that last first down. I was happy.
Well, that was what Lamar on the
I
run
was
and
happy to see it.
the little dive. Yeah.
Now here's the thing, I cannot get fooled. I cannot be fooled, Devin. The Baltimore Ravens
Mike,
shouldn't.
you gotta. There's a little stain on your shirt.
What's oh I
You got
got you.
full
You're trying
goosebumps. What are
you're
you, an
trying
R.L. Stein
you're
fan?
trying to fool me. We're getting into spooky season, bro. It's the
I
first
don't
day.
like spooky. I hate Halloween.
It's the first day of fall. I like
Bro,
Halloween shirts though. Look,
that's true.
listen though. Hold on. Let me get my bag real quick. The Baltimore Ravens should not have been going to this game 0-2. They have a lot of problems they still need to fix.
Mm-hmm.
They still had problems with the offensive line. They still had problems in the secondary. They still had problems with penalties. They still had problems with Justin Tucker. They still had problems with coaching decisions. Look, I have a lot. I'm glad we came out with the dub. I like what I saw. I like that we got to see Derrick Henry doing what we're doing. And you know what's crazy? How beautiful did the fucking read option look with Lamar and Derrick Henry?
Awesome.
Haven't I been?
It's so scary.
It's like I've been begging for that for like 2 weeks. I was just begging for them to stop. Just
honestly, you've been begging for that for 2 years.
Because you run the read option. You run the read option, which is already spreading out the offense more than it is when you're in some power I formation.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is already going to make them more afraid of the pass game. And then once you pound them and pound them, pass and run, then you can line up in the I formation and really tote that bitch like the Ravens fucking do with Derrick Henry on top of that. I loved it. I love what I saw.
It was awesome.
I love what I saw from Nate Wiggins. I loved what I saw from Nate Wiggins.
Correct me, did he have problems later in the game? Because obviously we saw the punchy.
I'm not gonna
which didn't lead to anything, but
I'm not gonna act too clueless I'm not gonna act too naive because of the criticisms I'm about to give. But look, I know it was close, but I have heard my entire, probably, at least since we've done this podcast, that if there's anything the Cowboys do, it's burn those wasted calories, those empty calories.
Mm.
They will eat them empty calories. So yes, they looked really, really good when they were down a lot. And,
a lot, yeah.
And yes, Nate Wiggins gave up some plays, but he was also guarding the
second highest paid
second highest paid. So he
didn't. Yeah, he's got 34. No, they didn't give him. They didn't give him. I thought
he beat out Jettis. Okay, so second
highest
paid
is still
receiver.
Jettis has 35, I think.
In the NFL. He's a rookie, and this was his first true game. They really had him out on special teams week 1, then he missed week 2, and they threw him out there first drive. I loved it. I will say, look, I love Roquan Smith. he is the worst coverage linebacker in the
Bad.
NFL.
Yeah.
He is the worst coverage linebacker in the NFL. So we can figure out how to not have him in the center of that defense.
Yeah.
Just
Was
because
PQ good at that?
PQ was I mean PQ is just quicker.
Yeah.
Roquan's just not fast enough. Sideline to sideline, yeah, he's gonna hunt your ass down.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
in
yeah.
coverage, it's just not. It's not there.
So,
It's not there, bro.
especially when they get behind him and he's lost.
No, that's exactly what it is. But
He's lost
that's what
there.
I'm saying. He's just not a great coverage linebacker. And do you know what else the Cowboys are? Which I didn't realize. But going into this game, they were the worst rushing defense.
For real? I mean, it showed.
So, but that's what I'm saying. It doesn't say much.
Yeah, agreed.
I can't let them fool me. I mean, I can't get too hyped. You know, worst Russian defense.
I mean, it was definitely the correct game plan. Y'all ran the hell out of the ball in that first half. Lamar, when he did throw the ball, it was impactful. I mean, great throws. Any throwing touchdowns? Yeah.
Yeah, he
But
had
yeah,
one passing touchdown, but I mean,
Rashad.
Justin Tucker still, I don't know what his struggles are. Apparently, John Harbaugh came out and said it was I can't think of the word, what's technique problem. He said it was a technique problem, which I was saying more of a mental thing, which maybe can go hand to hand.
But that leads to a technique.
Yeah, because I think
because he has the technique down. He's done
the
it for
power's there.
15 years. Of course.
The man can launch the ball still. It's just he cannot get it in between.
Yeah.
And also,
yeah, I mean, I was shocked to see y'all had the ball at what? Maybe the 40 and y'all punted. Shocking.
Yeah,
it's never happened.
Yeah, that's definitely
15
I mean,
years.
going into this season, it was like, you know, we passed the 50. We need to come out with at least 3. And if that's not something we can rely on, that drops my.
I mean, you passed the 45, maybe.
Well, no, I mean, okay. Well, in my eyes, if we make it to 50, we better get 5 more or 10 more.
Yes.
You know, like we better get.
But yeah, no, a 55, a 57, a 58, shit, a 60-yarder was
inside.
Anything
dude, he missed
inside
a
of that?
46-yarder inside, indoors.
Oh, yeah, no, inside of
he missed
it.
a 46-yarder indoors, Devin.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Yeah.
And also, so probably the least amount we've seen from Marlon Humphrey still on Instagram Live after the game. Yeah, man. Hey, Lamar, what you got to say? So he flips the camera to Lamar. And he's like, Lamar, and Lamar's basically like, yeah, bro. Honestly, you really I swear to God, he says this. He's like, you really shouldn't have the camera out. Like, we still got a lot. We still got a lot to work on.
Fuck yeah.
And Marlon's like,
Marlon's got a lot.
And Marlon's like feeling like, yeah, but like, come on, man. You know, like it's like, bro, all Marlon Humphrey wants is content at this point. All he wants is like, he can't wait to go talk about this on his podcast, which is like, oh, okay, we podcast, he can podcast. But if he worries more about getting his content out than, you know, covering CeeDee Lamb or Devontae Adams or any number 1 receiver, like it's the fact that we went into this game going, no, we're probably going to throw Nate on him most of the game. Probably going to throw Nate.
Yeah, we're going to throw a rookie on the best.
Because Marlon,
one of the best receivers in the league.
If Marlon had to cover CeeDee Lamb this entire game, he would have got his ass chopped up.
I mean, even with a double coverage, it's
chopped up.
Marlon's no help out there.
But we got Unique Ngakoue. Came back to Baltimore.
Yes.
So adding more to that pass rush that's already that I already like. So yeah, I'm happy about that.
Kyle Van Noy had 2 sacks. That was solid.
With the broken orbital bones.
Kyle Hamilton was laying the wood out there. Kyle Hamilton is like he will be, if not already, top safety in the league.
Oh yeah, no, he's already up there. He's one of the most versatile safeties in the league.
He's an animal.
He's fantastic.
Who would have thunked?
Detroit versus Arizona.
Yeah, weird one.
A couple weird things in that game. Goff didn't throw his first incomplete pass until the 3rd quarter.
Really?
He threw 14 straight completions. But Jared Goff and the Lions get it done. They were able to contain Arizona and their offense and Kyler Murray, especially in the second half. I
Yeah.
don't think it only put up 3 points in the second half.
Well, they contained Marvin.
Well, I mean,
They contained Marvin well.
but I'm
Kyler
saying
threw that pick deep into the end zone. Was that a Marlin or that was a target for Marvin? No,
I
I
don't
can't remember.
fully remember. I'm gonna assume it probably was, but at the same
Yeah,
time, yeah, okay, he got 45 rushing yards, but he was running. He needed to go. He needed to go get those yards. It wasn't necessarily like, oh, you can't stop.
design
You
runs.
can't stop me. Come get me.
Yeah, yeah.
It was enough. I mean, it's not like the Lions just shit all over Arizona.
No,
There's still a
a
lot.
beautiful, beautiful callback to one of the coolest plays in
Oh
sports.
my god, the hook and
The
ladder.
a planned hook and
The
ladder,
hook and ladder is
a
so beautiful.
called hook
And
and. I
Detroit's,
mean,
their run game.
yeah, no.
But go ahead.
Fucking Jameer came out walking, knowing he was gonna fucking get that bitch flipped to him.
Beautiful. It was
Gorgeous.
amazing. And I guess what we didn't notice. I guess this is the ninth straight win after a loss for Dan Campbell. So if the Lions lose, okay, so the Lions don't lose back to back no more. So we just got to
Mm-mm.
remember that if the Lions lose,
I
the
wish I
next
bet it. I wish I could put money on things.
the next week in predictions, we just got to remember Lions ain't losing
Oh,
two straight.
are the Lions Jameis Winston? This
How,
is the new Jameis.
does,
Dan Campbell
is
is the
that
new
how
Jameis.
is that how it worked for Jameis? He didn't lose
Nah,
friends.
Jameis was just it was win loss win loss win loss win loss.
Okay, okay, okay,
Um,
okay, okay, okay. It was win
I
loss
mean
win
the
loss.
season could go like that for the Lions.
I don't think it will though. I don't
I
think
don't
it
think
will.
so either.
I don't think it will though.
Yeah, the run game
Kansas,
is very solid.
Kansas City versus Cincinnati, Devin. Or excuse me. Sorry,
Atlanta
I was still thinking about the bullshit from last week.
from last week. Yeah.
Kansas City versus Atlanta.
Yep.
Kansas City.
Did we miss a game?
No, we didn't miss a game. What game are you referring to?
Rams Niners.
Oh, we did miss Rams Niners. Rams Niners. Cool. I mean,
I mean it's two broken in half teams.
yeah. I mean, it's two struggling teams,
Jawan
but
Jennings looked good, obviously.
we picked San Fran because of the better defense, but we didn't factor in like if it's a close game and this ball's in Matt Stafford's hands, he's probably gonna put that bitch
He's going to show out.
he's probably gonna put y'all in position to win.
Mm-hmm.
But
Tutu steps up as the dude.
mm-hmm.
Williams looked okay.
Stepped up, no problem at all.
But yeah, no, it should have been a definite win for the Niners. They were up what?
10, 10 they were up 10 at one point. They were 14, 21, 20.
They were up 21-7.
It was, yeah, they were up. They were up.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, Stafford is one clutch motherfucker.
I mean, this is what he does. He is I think the quarterback with the most fourth quarter comebacks.
If he's not, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
It was between him and like maybe Drew Brees or something. But yeah, no, he's way up there.
But all right, Chiefs versus Falcons.
Yeah.
Kansas City.
Just the typical bullshit.
I mean, is it me or is this the third straight game that Kansas City won where they just shouldn't have?
No. Kansas City looks absolutely horrendous as an entire football team.
They do, and it's interesting because we put out a clip where we were discussing the Cincinnati game where the controversial PI and the fumble with Joe Burrow. We were called idiots. We were told that we were so stupid, and we were given all these definitions by different Kansas City fans of a pass interference. Mm-hmm. But now it's crazy.
The definition has changed.
A week later, Chiefs fans got a complete different definition of a pass interference, because last week all you had to do was bump into the receiver while you were playing the ball, and but now this week it's okay to wrap a tight end by his torso like you're giving him a hug before the ball is while the ball is being thrown, or before the ball is being thrown. Because let's be real, that's why Kirk threw the ball. He saw the pass interference. Everybody's talking about, whoa, why would you throw that into the? It's because he saw the damn pass interference.
Yes.
He saw it. That's what quarterbacks do. And it wasn't called. And it's crazy. I had this quote. It was the man that glazes Pat Mahomes the most, Chris Collinsworth.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Was
it should be a
That's a
that
pass
should have been a
interference.
pass interference first
Now,
down.
he also said that Kirk should have thrown it higher to his 6'6" tight end, but either way,
He said it
yeah,
should have
no,
been first down Atlanta on the goal line,
exactly.
and that says enough.
Would have changed the course of the game. I mean,
Oh, dude,
the
it
Chiefs
won
had
the game.
no, of
If
course,
they just would have kicked that fucking field goal and then had the same fucking third and out that they had on Kansas City,
dude.
kick another field goal, the
These
game's
fuckers,
over.
they would have won the game if they just fucking kicked it. They went for it twice, missed both times. You kick 2 field goals, you win this fucking game.
And Shane,
Um,
our Atlanta correspondent, hit me and he said, I guarantee you we kick that field goal versus any other team. We gotta have more
any
confidence.
other team,
Gotta have more confidence in that defense. You can't
a
you
thousand
can't be
percent.
that scared just because it's Kansas City.
But the thing is, it's like Kansas City gave no reason to. I mean, Atlanta already did well enough to shut down this Kansas City offense that, again, is not what it is expected to be. Travis Kelce is struggling, and they keep saying it's Taylor Swift's fault.
Who
It gives a flying
cares?
fucking nutsack.
And it was
Um,
great. It was it me or did you not enjoy a Taylor Swiftless Chiefs game? I mean, it was a lot easier to bear the Kansas City Chiefs because I don't got. Here's my thing. Just like the Bills fans Bills Mafia can come in the comment section and say we hate all we want or Chiefs. I really don't care.
yeah,
It's cool. But if you're gonna shove Taylor Swift in my face while I'm
yeah.
watching a football game, it's like, come on, bro, chill.
I mean, Josh Allen has a singer as a girlfriend. She's fairly famous.
I could not have told you that.
She's not showing
I
out of the
could not have
games,
told you that.
hanging out with fucking in the booth, in the box. They're singing her songs. They're talking about her every 6 seconds. Who gives a shit? I mean, um,
But Atlanta should have won that game. They should have had the ball at the 1 yard line. Yes, could Kansas City have turned around and went down the field and won that game? They could have. They could have.
I feel like we do this so much, where it's like, oh, even if they did score a touchdown there, we still would have came back and won.
Well, they
It's
said.
like, no, why don't we just call it correctly,
Uh-huh.
and then y'all can figure that out later.
Well,
Instead, we have to go back to all
yeah.
these games and like figure out if the Chiefs would have lost. It's like we know they would have lost if these things happened.
Well, everybody said that about the Ravens. They were like, "Oh, so y'all were gonna lose by 1 instead of 6, or by 6, or by 7." And it was like, no.
It would have
It's like
changed a lot.
they could have went for 2. Lamar could have ran 2 yards, and
Yeah.
we could have gotten the 2-point conversion and won the game. And then last week, completely different definition of a pass interference. So I was under the impression that pass interference on Kyle Pitts would have been called, and I thought Chiefs fans, I like Chiefs fans, be real. If you see this, if you're watching this right now, this segment, because it's gonna be clipped and put on YouTube, be
Yes.
real. It was a pass interference.
Like, if you're going to be an NFL fan, I mean, have a little bit of like
Unbiased blood in your body.
just perspective for the rules of football. Like you can say that, yeah, we still won this game. That was pass interference. Who gives a shit?
Mhm.
Say that. Don't fucking try to rewrite the rules and tell me what a fucking pass interference is and say this and say that. It's a bad call.
Yeah,
Plain
it
and
was
simple.
a terrible
You guys
call.
get a lot of bad calls that go your way. It's a little concerning. I think the entire NFL sees it. And yeah, you guys are 3-0, whatever. Should have. I mean, the Falcons looked much better than the Chiefs did. Chiefs got that Carson Steele dude. They wouldn't shut the fuck up about him.
No, he's got a
Oh, look
pet
at his
alligator.
sister's wedding.
There's
He's
his
got an
sister's
alligator.
wedding, which kind of a like dick move. It's like, Dan, it's like your brother's like first start in the NFL. And it's like,
Well,
no,
apparently they'd planned the wedding a year before, and
yeah, but it's like, you know what it
they
is.
didn't expect bro to be in the NFL.
But that's fucked up. Like that's
Yeah,
fucked up.
that's
It's like, bro, even if he's on a team,
I
he's
mean,
not
shit.
gonna
If you looked at a
play.
motherfucker and saw this dude walking around with an alligator, his name's Carson Steele, you're not gonna think he's gonna be a leading running back for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I don't know.
His family, yeah. I mean, it was probably reasonable doubt to assume that. I don't know, whatever. I
But
I just didn't give a fuck about his sister's wedding or a fucking alligator.
no, no. And Chris
They
Collinsworth is
tend to
like,
talk the games that the least football is talked in are Chiefs games.
Chiefs game.
They talk about Brittany and
Taylor Swift
Taylor and
and this fuck with his
Travis
sister's
and Jason
wedding.
Kelsey and fucking someone's
Andy
fucking
Reid,
pet
Andy Reid,
rattlesnake,
Andy
Andy Reid,
Reid, Chris
all day.
Jones.
It's just this fucking garbage. I don't know. Kirk annoys me though. He's got weight. Like he did an interview before the game, and it's just like this. He's just, oh yeah, we're just gonna go out there and try to play our best, and just wherever the cards fall, it's just gonna happen. And
Dude,
it's like
what's wrong? Some people are just happy.
I know, but this is why I think that Kirk has never touched that upper echelon, and he's not gonna take the Falcons to a Super Bowl.
Well,
I'm not gonna say it's just because of his attitude or whatever, but
it's nothing.
there
It
are
has
things that
nothing to
will
do with
hold
his
Kirk back.
attitude.
I don't know.
I think it has absolutely nothing to do with his attitude. And
The
upper echelon,
his entire career has been shown that he's shown that when it matters, playoff games, the one that he fucking played in or the two he's played in, it's tough. He's he's not a rock. He'll be good. They'll win a few games, but when it matters. But also, it's hard to compare any team when they're playing the Chiefs.
but the Chiefs better take that next step. They better start playing better
Also,
when it matters.
oh for sure. But also, I mean, are they ever going to suspend Rashee Rice?
No,
What are we doing?
no, that's
I mean, because at this point, the legal shit's not going to be over until week 14, and then you say, oh yeah, no, we can't suspend them 4 games now. It's the end of the season.
no, that's. Bro, they don't care about that shit. He crashed a car and walked away.
Agreed,
They
but
don't
they said
care
that they were
about
going to
Tyreek
suspend him.
Hill beating up some bitch, so they don't care. They don't care. Let's be real. They don't care. They don't care. They don't. They don't care. You know what I care about?